Hello, everyone. I don't know if anyone can see me or cares about listening to me, but I'm speaking anyways because I'm bored. Um, so hello. It says we're live. We're building an audience for you. Let's see if we can build an audience, these people. I want to speak about some stuff. I wrote about this earlier today in Hebrew. I'm going to make a video in English, hopefully in English or the best English that I can find, and discuss some of the issues that I was talking about in what I wrote. So the story is about the truth and more broadly knowledge and wisdom, and everyone likes to talk about Hanukkah. I'm gonna skip the Dvish here. I'm gonna just go to the point. Now, truth is a very popular thing and very unpopular thing at the same time. It's I think I already explained once that that's probably what it means when it says emes. It says in the solution of the Zohar or other people, emes is mavriach makutza lakutza. It's something that transcends from the beginning of things to the end of things, meaning like from the highest level to the lower levels. Because truth has somehow two sides to it, and on the one hand, it's the most popular thing because everything that exists must be true in a certain sense, and everything that it exists, so it's true that it exists. Or if something is true, it should be existing. It should be pretty obvious to almost everyone, and it's something that's used. Everyone that tries to make an argument, everyone that tries to do something, everyone that tries to convince someone of something is dealing in truth. And on the other hand, we have the truth as the highest level, or the most elite level, where people say, well, the Kotkrev said that truth only existed once a year when the Kodesh Kodesh, and that second was true, but everything else is bluff. So, in the same sense, we have all kinds of, in the more positive sense, we have all kinds of people understanding that truth is only accessible to experts, it's only accessible to people that have time and will and care about figuring out the truth of things logically and rationally. And that's a very unpopular thought. So we can think that truth is very popular, and we can think that truth is very unpopular. And so what I was thinking about is that this connects a lot to the two kinds of life. There's active life and contemplative life. Now Aristotle and many people also in the Yiddish world say the same thing. They believe that the most happy life and the most fulfilled life is the contemplative life, where you don't really do anything. You just sit there and read books all day, and you think and you understand the world, and in the Western world we very much, at least institutions like academia and stuff like that, very much promote science and knowledge and stuff like that. And the same thing, the Jewish world were very busy, mostly promoting study, and Chazal were very much pro the concept of the contemplative life, of the Talmud Chochem, the person that just sits in yeshiva and thinks about stuff as being superior to the guy that actually works and does stuff. And there's a lot of truth to that. But in some sense, it's like some kind of sour grapes. All the Lowy that they have a good business. They say, okay, I'm just gonna think about stuff, and then they scream at all the people that do know how to actually do stuff, that they're bluffers and they're liars and they some hucksters. They look down at that very much. So basically what I was saying is that there's a few problems with the truth, and a few reasons why truth doesn't really help many people very much. One is that the truth is, or in general, the contemplative life is by its nature very resigned, very passive, very by its nature I mean that the actual way which it works, because when you're thinking about things, you have to think about things. So the things that already exist. So you're always coming after. Basically, this is a criticism that's made of philosophy many times, and many philosophers are always coming after everyone else, and they're trying to tell everyone else how to understand it themselves, how to understand things. And it's true that it works like that, because it's always coming after there's a political revolution, after something happens, after there's some politics, after all the Chachamim come, they explain us why people did this, why did they vote for that guy, why I had, why I had the Chacham. What's helpful that he's telling me why afterwards. If wisdom or truth would be interesting, it would be interesting if it did something before. If I can tell you, okay, through my deep knowledge and understanding of politics or whatever, or the truth or the correctness, I'm going to get whatever certain guy elected. But the matter of the fact is that all the smart people, and by nature of wisdom and by nature of knowledge and truth, is like that. That you're not going to know to make things happen before that. You're only going to be able to talk about things after that, after the fact. Because that's what truth does. And that's why contemplative life is
1.5 miles. Take exit 7 for I-678 north toward Van Wyck Express, Whitestone Bridge.
And the Baltania brings a lot of times that the people that are speeding, that are just reading the books all day, they're mostly the people. And even if you're not depressed, really, I don't think necessarily means you're depressed, but you're in a very passive mode, very accepting mode of being, in a very, you're all coming after the fact. We can call it ucha, like, always coming from behind, from after the fact. And this is the problem with truth and with truth seeking. It's very much, it can be very deliberate, very passive. And we can give the same example. I was talking if you're a dreamer, you're by definition somewhat of a liar. Because you're going to say, I'm going to do this project, I'm going to get this accomplished. And as a truthful person, as a very sincere person, it's very hard to do that. Because you're always saying, well, I can start this project, but there's like a 30% chance of it working. Nobody starts projects with 30% chance. It's only deluded people that think there's a 150% chance of working start projects. And I'm sure that there's a 30% chance, but there's only going to be even that 30% chance only if you lie and you tell enough people and you convince enough people of your vision, and you can lie enough. And that's why I'm going to mention the name anyway. So people like Donald Trump, they're gay. They don't care about the truth, but the truth is always for losers. The truth is for people that come after everyone, all the winners, all the people that know how to actually get stuff done, do things. They can tell us the explanation. It doesn't help them out when they're trying to do something. Now, how exactly our relationship with the truth would be after that?
In a quarter mile, 6 to 7 for I-678 north toward Van Wyck Express.
Lying like a real salesman, just say whatever lie you are, but it's a certain attitude that, maybe in a more subtle sense, is the only attitude that gets anything done in the world. And I said that's why when the world was created, Emes said that we should not create the world, because Emes
Take exit 7.
Emes is always in opposition to creation, to creativity, and actual creation
in a quarter mile, merge onto I-678 north.
It's always somewhat of a lie. It's always built on something that does not exist. It does not have what to base on itself for. And when someone says, I'm going to win, I'm going to create something, I'm going to create a world that doesn't exist, yet he is lying. Because his words, they're not connected to anything in reality. They're connected to maybe the reality in his dream or in his brain. But that's basically what falsehood is. What sheket is when you're saying something that's connected only to your mind and not to the reality, that doesn't correspond to any outside reality. That's what lying is about.
Continue on I-678 north for 5 miles.
5 miles. So basically, my speech is that maybe if we can connect that to whatever. The problem with wisdom, the problem with knowledge is that it's very depressing and it's very passive, and it's always after the fact. And this is a real problem. I don't know the solution. I'm still, after all these speeches, I'm the more contemplative person. I'm the more person that takes a step back and asks, well, with the lucidity, does it actually work? Does it not work? And I maybe won't be able to do any major projects in my life because of that, or maybe I'll learn to lie better. But so in general, I'm not explaining correctly. We can take it a little more. Using words are, in general, most speech is not there to reveal something. It's there to create something. Or that's the difference between rhetoric and maybe searching for knowledge or searching for truth. When someone is searching for truth, then yes, in a sense, if you go to a lecture and they're going to tell you, those words are trying to reveal. They're trying to be revelatory. That would be the truthful word. That would be the search for truth. But if you're a politician, if you're trying to get something done, then your words are trying to create. They're trying to affect something, and you're going to use whichever words work to affect that. If you want someone to vote for you, your job is not to tell the truth. Your job is to convince. Now, yes, maybe convincing should be based on truth facts. Maybe in some sense, obviously, but they should be. Your focus is not on telling the truth. Your focus is on getting the guy to vote for you. And you have to use rhetoric. You use whatever you're going to use. You're going to use whichever tools that you possibly could. And people like Trump, they very much exemplify that they don't care for anything else. They're actually really good at winning, at using their words to affect reality. They're changing the reality. They're not telling the truth about reality. They're making a new truth. And after he's going to promise 1,000 things, or 5 of them are going to happen, and those things will become true. Every promise is like a check for truth. It's like a head check. A promise literally means I will try. I take a head check on the truth. It's what I'm saying is not true now, but it will be true in the future. Well, do you know the future? Don't know the future. So it's basically a lie. But it's a lie that we give you credit for. Some people have credit, some people don't have credit. But the basic concept of getting anything done is very much in opposition to the attitude of truth, and the attitude of seeking truth. And I think we have to recognize that even as contemplative people, that if we want to get anything done, I'll give a few simple examples, just that I can at least identify with. Mushlo, you wake up in the morning, someone asks you, how do you feel today? So my true answer usually is, I don't know. You give me 20 minutes, I'll sit down, I'll meditate, I'll think, I'll answer you how I'm feeling. How can I tell you how I'm feeling? I have no clue. I'm really feeling anything yet. I can try to figure out what I'm feeling, I'll tell you. But maybe if you have time and you usually have time to think about that every morning, it's a good thing. But if you don't, then you're not in that situation. What you should do is say, yes, I'm feeling great, I'm looking forward to get a lot accomplished today. And that way you will get accomplished. Not as much as you lied in the morning and said, like a third of that, but it's better than saying the truth and having nothing in that. So the truth has to be used, and when we use words, we have to know the difference. Are we trying to reveal something, or are we trying to create something? And that's the Katzkrevet Hadishin al Das Bialam. Nothing said in the Torah, and the what's his name? The Baltani says that Rav Tradin was wondering Mani Lechayil Mavu, because he said, it's true that I learn Torah all day and all night, but I just do that because I like it. Just like he said, just like some goyim, they learn Torah all day and whatever, they study all day and all night. Doesn't make them tzaddikim. And true, on Marx, a lot of people had this criticism of philosophers that they're always coming after the fact. And I don't know if there's a good solution. I think that contemplative life has a value in itself. They're coming after and be able to understand, be able to sit down. But I'm giving a fakir situation now, where the problem is, where the issue is with that. And I think I wrote something else about it. No, the other thing is that so you don't get anything done, and it's depressing, and what else did I write about? I don't remember. Oh, so the one very good line that I read somewhere on the internet that very much helped me to frame this whole thing, that there's two ways of reading the world. There's a way, some people look at the world as a puzzle, and some people look at it as a game. I think I'm one of the people who look at it as a puzzle. I'm most interested in understanding how it works, how those things fit together, how can we figure it out. But the people that actually get stuff done usually are the people that are less depressed. They look at the world as a game. And the game means that there's tools in the world that have to be used in a certain way. They have a certain point, a certain goal. And there's different ways of winning the game. There's different games to play maybe. But they don't see it as a puzzle. Their main goal in life, their main drive in life is not to figure things out. Their main goal in life is to win, is to get somewhere. And like someone told me that she was always thought that she's going to figure out things, that the world must be rational. She's going to figure out how it works, and then she's going to figure out. But someday she figured out that the world is not rational. No matter how much money she puts into her bank account, there's never enough. It's not rational. Well, you just have to figure out how to actually play the game, rather than how it actually works. And probably the true solution is to have some of both, or some kind of balance. And I'm going to just say something about Hanukkah. So we discussed about Hanukkah. There was, or even in the story of Hanukkah, there was the winning the game, like the winning the war, which is related to Simcha, to we see in the Pasuk. But if there would be Simcha, Hanukkah would be related to the winning the war, or the rebuilding, to getting stuff done. And there's the other
in a
part,
quarter mile, keep right at the fork to stay on I-678 north. Follow signs for Whitestone Bridge, Bronx.
There's another part which gets called light, which Hanukkah is not about them. That's more about contemplation. And contemplation is actually not.
Keep right at the fork to stay on I-678 north.
About the contemplative kind of existence. And on the other hand, we do have the.
Continue for 3 miles.
We do have the plain kind of relation to the world. We have Hanukkah as one of the only Jewish game things going on. Let's say the idol or whatever, but it's like a minig or both. That's the play, and it relates to the contemplating game of the world, and somehow against the very deterministic and very stuck sometimes rational way of living in the world and trying to figure out how it works. So basically that's what I wanted to say, and I wanted to say that besides for using words to reveal what really exists, there's a way to use words to create things that don't exist yet. And that's the concept of Yitzchok. Like I said, Yaakov was empty and Yaakov. He was interested at least after he already accomplished everything in his life. He was Dickish Yaakov, okay, I'm going to sit down in my study, I'm going to understand everything that's going to make sense now. We figure out the whole puzzle, we're going to be the truth, we're going to be Tzaddik, we're going to be Yeshivulim. And then Kuvat Salav Dikdash Yosef. Yosef Tzaddik comes, and Yosef simplifies the concept, the guy that dreams, the guy that he lies, he boasts, he does all kinds of weird stuff that's not so much corresponds to the current reality. They're based on trying to create a new reality. And Yosef is like creating something that does not exist yet, adding, creation, and bris, like which is also creating new things, creating truth out of lies. There's a play, I forgot how it's called, that's about someone having lying to someone that they're pregnant, that they're going to have a baby, and then she forces her husband or whoever to have actually a baby with her. Like the last line of that play, so let's make the lie true. It's called, I don't remember. And I think that's like Yitzchok Tzaddik, making the lie true, giving birth to the lie, which when it's not true and making it true. And that's the idea.